There's brokenness here. Nothing is too broken for God. But thirdly and finally, Bayside, what do? Here it is. You give God your brokenness. You give God your brokenness. Look at this, Bayside, on screen. Put the broken clay of your life into the hands of the potter, which is Jesus Christ. I love the analogy here. It's so simple that anyone can get it. Even if you're new to church, you can understand this. The idea of Jeremiah chapter 18 is that God is the potter, we are the clay. God is the potter, we are the clay. I'll say it a third time. God is the potter, we are the clay. What then is the application for how we truly need to make this stuff real in our lives? Here it is. Put the broken clay of your life into the hands of the potter and recognize that God is the one who shapes. We are the ones who submit. God is the one who shapes. We are the ones who submit. I'm going to say it a third time, Bayside, because this is the key from moving from brokenness to wholeness, is recognizing that as you take this new start, as he reworks you into something new, as he extends to you grace and forgiveness and cleansing and fuel for the future, remind yourself on this go around that God is the one who shapes, and it's our role to submit to what he's doing in our lives. I've got 3 kids, 6, 4, and 2, 2 boys and a girl. And one thing about my kids is that they love playing with Play-Doh. They love playing with their Play-Doh. They got neon green and fuchsia pink and orange and all these wild, zany colors. And they call themselves master artists because they make masterpieces. And so what's funny about today's Play-Doh generation is that they've got all these utensils and these stencils and all these sorts of things. They make everything. They make triangles. They make spheres. They make squares. They make lions, tigers, bears. You say, oh my, they make spaghetti, they make meatballs, you name it, they make it. But what I've noticed is in the years of my children playing with their Play-Doh, not one time as they make their masterpieces, not one time did I ever watch my kids ask the Play-Doh what the Play-Doh wanted to be. Not one time did I see my kids making Play-Doh where the Play-Doh would push back against what my kids wanted the Play-Doh to be. The idea is that they seem to understand that they, as master artists, knew what was best for the Play-Doh. And the Play-Doh seemed to understand that whatever was good to the master artist would ultimately be good for them. That's what verse 4 is teaching us when it says that the potter would rework it into another vessel as it seemed good for him to do. I want you to just kind of look at this in a granular way, Bayside. As the potter is reworking with the clay, not one time does the clay talk. Not one time does the clay push back against whatever it is the potter is making it into. Not one time does the clay complain, because the clay seems to understand in this passage that whatever is seen good for the potter to do will ultimately be good for me. So when you start over this time, start over with a submissive heart that says, God, whatever you want this marriage to be, God, whatever you want this heart to be, God, whatever you want this career to be, God, whatever you want this education to do, God, whatever you want these children and these grandchildren to do, God, whatever you want this nation I love so dearly to be, God, whatever you want is what I want, because whatever seems good to you, I know it'll be good to me. So I encourage you in these few moments to confess your brokenness to God and then give your brokenness to God, knowing that he knows how to take you from brokenness to wholeness.